And we are back again. We are back again talking about the same team every single week. Every single week, this team is coming up in conversation. And as a secondary fan of this team, I love it.
I hate
I
it.
love it.
I hate it.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have officially signed every single free agent that came up on the market this year back to their team. Every
Yeah.
single free agent, which I did not even
Everyone.
think was possible.
No.
Did not think was possible. Just today, they actually re-signed Antonio Brown to a 1-year, $3 million deal that could be up to $6 million with incentives if he hits certain things. I'm sure catches, yards, touchdowns, things of that nature will be in play. But listen, I'll tell you what. When your best wide receiver isn't even a starter, that is a scary, scary thing. Let's be real. Antonio Brown is the best wide receiver on the Buccaneers, and he doesn't even start. He's the most athletic. He was the best in his prime. He might even still be in his prime. We don't see him that much.
Yeah.
And the guy is coming back for $3 million. He's a top 5, in my opinion. I think he could still be a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL if he was able to get targets, get receptions like he was in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
He's a top 5 wide receiver in my opinion now. And he's coming off the sidelines for $3 million. That's ridiculous.
I counted earlier. The Bucks have 10 guys who can feasibly make an impact on their roster. That if they went to literally any other team, they would either be a starter or a serious playmaker. 10 guys. I could count them. You want me to count them?
Go for it.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Scotty Miller, Rob Gronkowski, Cameron Brate, OJ Howard. That's, by the way, that's all just receiving targets. Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette, Giovanni Bernard.
Tom Brady.
Oh, well, I was thinking skill position players, like guys who are actually going to run with the football.
Whoa. Tom Brady will run with the football. Don't underestimate my boy now. He'll tuck it and go for about 2 yards.
That's 10. 10 guys who, if they went to any other team, they would either be a starter or a very, very good change of pace at their position. That's scary. It's really, really scary. You have to game plan for 10 guys. You need tape on 10 guys. Not only is that a nightmare when you're on the football field, that's a preparation nightmare.
Yeah.
So good luck getting sleep the week you're playing the Vikings because you got 10 guys you have to watch film on. That's like trying to fit 5 hours of activities in a 2-hour time span. Good luck. You got to put them on multiple screens.
It's just nuts, right? Because it's one of those things. You see it so often, right? Where teams win a Super Bowl and then everybody breaks up, right? And goes their separate ways. I've never seen this in my career of watching the NFL. In my life of watching the NFL where a team has returned every single starter from the Super Bowl, as well as all free agents that hit the market this year came back to Tampa.
Oh, yeah, that was just offense we were talking about, too. Like,
Right.
not to mention defense. Shaq Barrett.
Ndamukong Suh, Vita Veo,
Vita
Levante
Veo,
David.
Levante David. I always want to say London Fletcher. Just monster. I think their literal only, like, weakness, if you want to call it a weakness, is they don't have a star player in their secondary. Like, star. That's probably their only thing, and it's probably what they're going to end up drafting.
Well, I'll say this: Winfield Jr. Don't sleep on him. He's gonna be
He's
good.
good.
He's gonna be good.
But I mean, they got top 5 outside linebacker. They got top 5 left tackle.
Yep.
They got top 5 receivers. They got top 5 running backs. They got like literally everything except for someone in that secondary. Antoine Winfield Jr. Good. I wouldn't put him top 5, maybe top 10, somewhere around there. But star power. But other than that, like, whatever, who cares? Like, it didn't matter in the Super Bowl. They covered everybody, the best defense, the best offensive weapons in the league, and they seemed to do it with no issue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, they were missing their left tackle and their right tackle, but they took advantage of the situation, and they had to do so. Not gonna hate them for it, but I will hate them for doing literally everything else. It's not gonna be fun.
I would not be surprised if the Buccaneers go out there and just have their way.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just going to pick and choose. All right, cool. Oh, you're going to shut down Rob Gronkowski? All right, cool. Go to O.J. Howard. Oh, you want to shut him down?
Especially to start the season.
Right.
Because they went from last year where they had no chemistry to start the season to this year where they just finished a playoff run. Like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
It was only 3 months ago that they just finished a Super Bowl run where they had not lost a game in over 3 months from that point.
Yeah,
So
it's nuts. It's nuts. And if they can continue where they left off last year, watch. I don't know. I don't know if a team can stop that. I really don't know if a team can stop that.
I told you last week, 20-0.
Yeah.
You ready for the 20-0?
I would love to see it. That would be legend. But I just don't. I don't know if that's gonna happen. But hey,
Man, I'll buy a Bucs jersey if they go 20-0.
hey, you already said you're gonna buy a Buck shirt, and I don't see it yet. So.
Listen, man. All right, thanks for joining us, everyone.
Now, my question for you, one more topic that I thought might be relevant to talk about real quick.
Sure.
Since we're talking about the Buccaneers, do we want to talk about the Chiefs and them completely redoing that whole entire offensive line?
I don't know enough about it. I know that they got Joe Tooney, which is a huge get from New England.
They got Orlando Brown from
Orlando Brown. That was the one. They just traded with
Massive.
Orlando Brown. That was a huge deal.
from Pittsburgh.
Obviously they have a right tackle coming back.
They just got Kyle
who
Long.
took the year off.
Yep.
They got Kyle Long. Chiefs are gonna be scary too,
Bro.
because they were pretty much unstoppable outside of that offensive line. Now that offensive line looks pretty short up. Granted, injuries can happen.
Correct.
They could still bring back Eric Fisher too.
Yeah.
Like they could shift somebody to guard. There's a lot of things they could do to even make that even have more depth, because they learned a really valuable lesson in offensive line depth last year, where they had schlubs playing left tackle and right tackle, and they got literally killed for an entire game.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think it's a great thing. It's the definition of learning from your mistakes. You need depth on the O-line. Let's go get depth on the O-line. Let's do it. No excuses at this point, because that was literally it would have been up in the air if they would have won that. If they could have won the Super Bowl if they had both their left tackle and right tackle playing the game.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that's interesting to me, if you look back at the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes was running for his life, but the pressure never affected his throw or his accuracy. He was still making the plays he needed to make, and I don't think that at that particular night, I don't care who was at that line. I don't think you were blocking that team that night. I just don't think so. I think the Bucs still would have won, but it would have been a lot more entertaining of a game to watch. Agreed.
It would have been a lot closer. And I think the whole team was rattled by having to extend plays the whole time, because we think about extending plays, we think about the quarterback. But we don't, on TV, we don't see the receivers diverging off of their routes, coming back to the ball, doing all that kind of stuff. So I think a lot of those young guys who ended up getting hit in the face mask with footballs and not catching them were rattled by having to go outside of their play. Because we know Patrick Mahomes is good at it. But when the play breaks down and you can't rely on Tyreek Hill's speed and you can't rely just on Travis Kelce, which he did a lot in that game.
Yes, he did.
And dudes are just getting hit in the face with balls. It's tough to do if you're not used to it and you're not ready for it. I think even they were blindsided, pun intended, by having to deal with the lack of the O-line for Patrick Mahomes. So, again, I think it's great. I think anytime you can get more offensive line help, I think it's an excellent thing.
Correct.
And hopefully that depth helps them in this upcoming season for Patrick Mahomes' health, because he hasn't had the best track record in terms of leg injuries and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. You got to protect your most valuable asset, the most valuable asset.
And I think if you're a Patrick Mahomes, I think you're so excited to see that franchise is actually backing you. Because you see
Hmm.
this all the time, right? Franchises invest so much money into a star player or into a quarterback, and then they don't put anything around them to protect them. They just say, oh, we gave you $500 million. Just figure it out, bro.
Good luck, Russell
We gave you
Wilson.
$500 million. You're supposed to be able to do this. Well, no, I'm not. No, I'm
Hmm.
not. And you saw that in the Super Bowl. So I think if you're Patrick Mahomes, I think if you're a Chiefs fan, I think if you're the Chiefs, period, that's going to be a scary. They're already scary last year with all their
In
injuries.
in retrospect, I think it's a good thing they lost the Super Bowl
Yeah, it might have helped them.
because it kind of shook them in the. It's like, hey, wake up! We need an
Reality.
O line. Like,
Yep.
help this guy out.
Yep.
Because if they had won that game, then they could just say, all right, well, we can get away with no O line for Patrick Mahomes because he can do it,
That's so
and
true.
then it would not have gone well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that offensive line looks damn good. Now, obviously, chemistry is going to be an issue. Understanding
Sure.
reads, doing all that thing, that's obviously going to be an issue. And there's going to be some growing pains, but they brought a lot of veteran presences to the team, I think. And I think they're going to be able to figure it out, right? And I'll tell you what, I'm very, very curious and interested to see what the Chiefs look like this coming year. Because if that offensive line can be what they're looking like they could be and projected to be, it could be a rematch in the Super Bowl, and I would love to see that. I think that would be some good TV if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, you'd see a lot of mad people because they hate Super Bowl rematches. They didn't even like seeing the same team in it twice.
Yeah.
They hated seeing the Chiefs in it twice. And then the Chiefs lost. Now they're like, wait, no, we'll take the Chiefs. Just don't let the Bucs win it again.
We don't like Tom Brady.
Beat Tom Brady.
That's it, bro. That's it.